We welcome everybody back tonight. The NASCAR Dave Bush Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series, Season 15, round number 5 here at the Old Atlanta. So tires definitely going to be extremely important here tonight. Presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. Stephen Lane, Brian Odell out in chat here tonight. How is both of y'all doing? Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, Will Roberts joining me here tonight. Will, well, we have finally made it to the track that we have really been anticipating this season. And the last of the 3 races that have really, I guess you could say, kind of caused the issues for these guys. Not in a bad way, just points-wise. And, Atlanta's not going to be that easy either. But, Will, glad to have you back, buddy. What do you expect here tonight?
I'm going to expect a lot of slipping and sliding after at least 12 to 15 laps on any given set of tires here this evening, even a heat cycle of tires, right? So this track is going to grind, just be a cheese grater effect to these tires all night long. And the way that the wind is playing a role here in practice, it's peaking every now and again over that 10 mile per hour. And I've said before, once wind gusts get around that 10 or higher range, it really plays a big deal with these cars, especially being in a high banked 1.5 mile track like Atlanta is. This is the old Atlanta, like we've been alluding to for weeks, Joshua. So it's its own characteristics. It still has all those bumps and everything before the repave, the reconfiguration. So it's its own animal, right? And we're going to see almost we never got to see the Gen 7 Cup cars race at the old Atlanta, so it's basically going to be almost like racing at Homestead for these guys. I was talking to some guys earlier, so they kind of agreed with me that it would kind of be almost similar to Homestead, how Homestead drives with the Gen 7 cars, except instead of it being Homestead, you have the quad oval on the front straightaway to not so straight front straightaway, right? So It's going to be a doozy of a race. You know, we have that stage break at lap 45 at the end of 45 coming to 46, Joshua. So these drivers going to have to see who can truly make it the distance if it stays green for the stage entirety, which at the moment in practice, as we see here, it's going to be very questionable.
Yes.
This track is certainly a handful. And whenever you have a track that just degrades the tire like it does, especially the low-profile tires that these Gen 7 cars are on, it will just be a handful all evening long for these drivers.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So you pretty much stole the words out of my mouth. So therefore, I think Will has pretty much said everything that I was going to say. Now, one thing you didn't say, and we'll go ahead and get into that. I've been hearing that it's tight in and loose out. So
Yes.
going to be pushy going into the corners. But when they're coming out, man, it's going to, you alluded to it, them slipping and sliding everywhere. So really going to have to watch going in, especially if they're side by side with one another and coming out of the corners. If, you know, we've got 2-3 wide and they're getting loose, we could have, you know, some of those dreadful yellows here tonight. And I've got the pre-race analytics pulled up here. You alluded to the wind. So, yeah, it is pretty gusty out there, all the way up to 9 miles an hour right now. 10, there it is. So it is kind of speeding up a little bit. There it is at 11. And so the wind could play a factor. Air temp of 84. Now, that track temp definitely going to play a factor out here tonight. 111 degrees. That's why we call it Hot Atlanta, because it is always hot. So I think I've seen it as high out, you know, broadcasting at like, well, no, higher than that, like 136, 137.
Oh, yeah,
so,
good point.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is extremely difficult. Just the track and the temperatures itself, the track temp. These tires are going to be, you know, so important. They're going to have to save as much as they can, even at the start of the race. 130 total laps, 195 miles, 4 sets of tires. That does include the set they start with. So 3 behind the wall here tonight, 75% fuel. You're roughly looking at about 40 to 50 laps. It's going to be close. I do believe they can possibly go the stage. They may try to split it. I don't know what they're going to do. We'll find out tonight. Pit road, 50 miles an hour. And on old tires, pit road is going to be treacherous. So they are going to have to be careful coming down pit road, getting it woed down to 50. And then, of course, the pace speed here tonight, 65. We're going to go ahead real quick, Will, and step away and play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising. We'll take a look at the point standings here in just a little bit. Coming into round number 5, a little bit of a note here, too. We will be off next week. We'll talk more about that later on. But hang tight, folks. Qualifying will be underway when we come back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Now it looks like I'm bleeding into the red here. So I'm gonna have to turn myself down just in case I get too loud. I'm not bleeding through into the red and it's crackling, but we are back. Qualifying underway. Of course, Michael Yalrow taking the practice spot. And it looks like as of right now, he is in that top position here in qualifying. 2 laps is all they get here. Looks like Kossi is out here. 24 on the car, but supposed to be in the 8. So another hiccup with a number here tonight. Can't have a race, Will, without some type of hiccup.
No, we can. It doesn't matter what league, who's broadcasting. There's always a hiccup. I swear by it with you. Like we talked about at the moment, yes, indeed, we are qualifying here at Hot Atlanta, and Yarrow at the top of the sheets at the moment. So.
Oh, Kyle
Like
Heath out in chat. He says one of his favorite tracks, and he can't race. Well,
I was wondering where Kyle was at.
Yeah, I was too.
I was gonna pick him, to be honest. If he was gonna be able to show up, I was gonna be like, gotta watch out for that 13. But
Yeah, man.
oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you out here, Kyle. Pretty good turnout here tonight, though. We'll get to the point standings here just a little bit, maybe closer to maybe pit stops or something. They only got a minute and a half left here, and I can't go through the top 20 in a minute and a half. Even with me talking fast, that is not possible. So 18, 19, 20. 29 drivers. Not bad for old Atlanta. Brandon Hartwell up at the top in the 25.
So 29 drivers in total, or that have made a qualifying lap.
No,
I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah, 29 in total.
In total, 10-4.
Yeah, 29 in total in the lobby. Now, I don't know if all 29 will grid or start, but we will find out. We're going to see here Jeff Gilmore locking it down there as he's coming into the pits. But right now, the 25 of Brandon Hartwell up at the top. Now, Gary is on his second lap here. The Harpoon Design 78. We'll see here if he can take over the top spot. These times, it's going to be close throughout the whole race here. And with a 31-3, that lap did not count. Wow. He must have either hit the wall or got loose with a 0X or something, because his second lap did not count. It reset, and he's going to keep going. We're going to see here if he's going to be able to get past the 25 of Hartwell. Nope, he's just going to bring it down to pit road. So, Brandon Hartwell going to grab the pole out here tonight. Let's go ahead and find Mr. Hartwell here. I know he's here somewhere. There he is. Brandon Hartwell, buddy. Medlock in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, boss.
Hey, man. Well, grabbing the pole out here tonight at Old Atlanta, not New Atlanta. So, a lot different from the super speedway style racing. It's not going to be that way here tonight. Man, talk about this track and, how you have to overcome the adversity of the deadgum tire wear.
Yeah, if you ain't careful here, this track will definitely turn you in no time if you get on the throttle too hard. But it's all in my strong suit. I love these 1.5 miles, and I'm looking to put on a good show.
All right. Well, congratulations on the pole out here tonight, buddy. You're going to be starting off strong. I know that fall off here tonight's horrible. So, saving tires, tire management, that's going to be the biggest key here. I don't think fuel is going to be much of a factor, but then again, we don't know from race to race. So right now, concentrate, I guess, more on tire issue and tire management. So, Brandon, good luck down there, buddy, and congratulations on the pole here tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, Brandon Hartwell Grabbing the pole, he's going to get us going. Michael Yarrow, though, is going to start on the outside of him in second. Our MaxspeedTV starting grid here tonight. So there is your front two right there, the 25 and the 45. Joseph Kelsey in going to be third here tonight. Zachary Rogic in fourth. Jeff Gilmore fifth. Chris Paff sixth. Gary Slapinski seventh. Austin Sailors in eighth. Zach Deutscher ninth. And John Hill 10th. Philip Bridgman 11th. Cal Munson 12th. Josh Jones 13th. Brandon Sheets 14th. Robbie Stewart 15th. And Jason, I call him Caveen, but it's Cavany. They're in 16th. Now, looking at like a lot of drivers did not qualify here. So Byron Bartlett 19th. Kevin Roy 20th. Jim Coleman-Sperger, 21st. Larry Blair, 22nd. Keith Hurlbut, 23rd. Paul Buzz Cohen, 24th. Jason Adams, 25th. Gomez, Mark Koshik, 26th. Art
Mellon.
there in 27th. Yep, that always.
Yeah, it trips me up.
Yeah, yep. So Robert Chiswick, 28th. And Gary Wright will round out the 29-car field here tonight at Old Atlanta. Well, 8 p.m. Well, 8. Dude, it's 7, not 8. Oh, it might be 8 your time,
Eastern.
but it's, yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah, it's, it's only 7 o'clock here, so.
So maybe with the hot, slick temperatures that we had from practice to qualifying, that 110-degree track temp that we saw, could have been why our predicted qualifying laps was a little bit off. We were talking before we went live about maybe seeing a 30.7 to 8, maybe 9er lap time getting into the 30-second bracket, but we did not see that. So 31.1s, I believe, is what we saw. So close to it, but no cigar. Like you talked about, strong front row here. A lot of Bass Pro Shop themed cars this evening.
Yep, looks like Paul Buzz Cohen did not grid here tonight. Buzz doing Buzz things. So here we go. Pace cars off and away for the first time here tonight into the Geico start zone. Here we go, folks. Green is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We are Old Atlanta racing here tonight for the Dave Bush Sim Race Leash Cup Series, round number 5 of season 15, presented to y'all by MaxspeedTV. Good start here tonight. Now let's see if we can make it out of 2. This is what we was kind of talking about here. Coming out of the corners, it really gets loose out, tight in. So, I guess as the tire wear falls off really too here tonight, that's going to get worse. So definitely keep an eye on this, the race overall. And it looks like Brandon Hartwell is going to lead the first lap here tonight. So good job on that. Now he's got that bonus point. He's got that out of the way. I do believe they do get bonus points for leading laps. So
yes, sir.
So he's already got that out of the way, but we're seeing a whole lot of single file all the way back here to, I would have to say about Jeff Gilmore. And then we get back here to Gary in the 22 of Chris Paff. Some side-by-side going on already here tonight. I would run, if I was these guys, I'm not, but if I was, I would just go single file, run some of these laps down, and then hammer it out at the end. But about it for the lead here, Joseph Kelsey already looking to the inside here, Will, of Brandon Hartwell.
Yes, sir. You have just certain drivers trying to lay down rubber all around this racetrack. If I'm not mistaken, it's a green track for race conditions. What you all that rubber that you get to lay down in practice, it goes away. So you get faced with a fresh track in race conditions. And right now, Joseph Kelsey and Hartwell just going at it here for the lead. Early days still, only 4 laps in. 3 1/4, but my oh my, they were leaning on each other coming out of turn number 2, like you talked about, getting up out of the groove perhaps, or just getting, like you said, it's going to start to walk on you from center on to exit, so you got to be careful.
It looks like Kelsey going to lead that lap.
Oh yes, he took the lead away by a car length there.
Yeah, but I think Brandon right now running that high line, just kind of, managing his tires. He did lose a spot, but Still a long way to go. So these guys just going to kind of do what they need to do here in the first half of the race. Of course, like I said, the stage there, or Will did early on, 45 will be the white flag. Now, when they hit 46, that will be when the caution for the stage comes out. Now, if we do get a caution within, I believe it's 3 laps of the stage, then that will do it. Then whoever is your leader at that present time will be your stage winner. So Robbie Darnell hanging out back here at 18th, Byron Bartlett 19th. A lot of these guys back here really not changing. Keith Hurlbut is up into 20th after starting 23rd. Jim Coleman'sberger back out there in my favorite paint of them all. Yep, Folgers coffee paint.
Now, from the initial drop of the green flag forward on for a few laps, that's who knows, maybe 12, 15 laps, and then the tires are completely going to go away, right, Joshua? So you want to try to get the best possible spots that you can early days or even after the next restart. Restarts are going to be when you want to try to pounce on your competitors to try to gain a spot or two. And it's going to be difficult because being in this dirty air, it's a mile and a half, right? And it's very aero dependent when you're at those top speeds that you're carrying for the first few laps of a run, trying to take those spots away, or when you're in a battle with someone even later in the run. So just because it's an old, cheese grater surface doesn't mean that aero's not important. It truly is.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go on a nose view here of Austin Sailors. I call him Slayers, and that's stuck with the first time I've ever seen him. So he is coming up on the 78 here, diving down to the inside of Gary Slapinski here. You can just see, the different lines everybody is running, and you was talking about that pushing out, and that's exactly what it did on Austin there. Lost a little bit of momentum right there with Gary, but he was able to save it. So a good job there. Just a little bit different angles here, and you're seeing that side-by-side with Gary and Zach right up ahead of him. Going back to Jim, and it looks like that was Byron Bartlett, who got around him, but still under fire. A lot of side-by-side and single file going on. That side-by-side, those up in the front, man, they are willing and dealing it up here, Will, about in the top 5, top 6 drivers, man.
Yeah, it's about the top, top 13 breakaway, top 14 breakaway. And we have just a few battles here and there, like we just saw, between Deutscher and Gary.
Yep.
And then now Gary's working on Gilmore. So Gary's really getting up to that right rear quarter in that middle lane. Yep.
Yeah, and I believe it was the top.
Now he's going to the bottom.
Here we go. We're going to have a 3 wide. Oh, 3 wide at Atlanta. Oh, old Atlanta at that. Wow. That was scary. Did I blow your eardrums out there, William?
Oh, no, sir. Even back in the day, Joshua, this track was known for, reaching up to speeds of, 200, maybe 190 going into the corners, depending on how you could exit them, right? Like, it's always been a super speedway, so to speak, but they really turned it into that aero package plate super speedway thing. But it's always been a fast racetrack facility all since its existence, but great racing. It's always provided great racing, like you just saw there. Gary trying to get through the field the best way possible. Now Gilmore and Austin leaning on each other. I still want to call him Slayers, but the 2 car having a moment coming out of the turn. So that was Sheets.
Yeah,
he had a bobble.
Yeah, that was Sheets, and then right there with him is Philip Bridgman, the 76 of Josh Jones, right behind him. I know that name looks familiar. I've seen him before. Glad to see he's back.
I like that orange.
Yep. He's got that orange paint on the bottom and on his.
Yeah, that trim.
Yep. All right, and Zach Deutscher, Zachary Rongich, a battle of the Zachs.
Right. Hartwell still leading this race. He's got the lead away from Cossey now, and Gary has slipped his way into 3rd.
Yep, Gary coming from 7th in. It took him 14 laps to get up here, and that's, oh, who is that on the apron here? That is Robbie Stewart on the apron. Looks like he had to come down pit road for something and maybe get some damage fixed. 132.4. We'll take a look. Oh, yeah, he's got some right
he's
side.
got a load.
Yep, right side damage on that number 3 Budweiser machine. Yep. That was probably part of the product of the wall, unfortunately. Looks like Kyle Heath out there saying, "Let's go, Brandon," and then he put Hartwell down at the bottom. Oh, man. Well, let's check it out. Still have...
Oh, Gilmore looking, couldn't quite get there. He kind of looked for the inside window, but he backed out of it. Great battle here.
Yep.
That is 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I do believe.
Yeah, oh, man, look at the launch the 21 of Deutscher got. And he just drove around Rogic like he was sitting still, but I think Zach might have slowed down a little bit. You know, got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, this track is not easy. They are now 17 laps into this run. And, you know, the tires are already showing some wear and tear. I mean, we're already looking
Most
at
definitely.
almost a second, about 8-9 of a second drop off already in 17 laps. Now, some of them might be a little bit more than others. That could be because, you know, they're just hammering down and going. But, you know, for the most part, you know, 8-9 of a second. Ooh, somebody got loose. That was Phillip, I believe. Yep.
Well, like we talked about, it's going to happen coming out of these corners. You will, just like we see at Homestead. Like I was trying to ask the guys, you know, what could be another comparison to compare old Atlanta, you know, to another track that these next gen cars race at. And you know, some guys were agreeing with me that Homestead would be that other comparison, right, Josh? Well, Homestead's pretty well aged now, as Atlanta kind of was, and it really bites coming off of turn 2 because mainly there's a bump right before the exit of turn 2 that if you just hit it wrong in that outside lane, it's really going to snap the car. But also coming out of turn 4, it's almost like coming out of turn 4 at Texas where the car just wants to jolt down. So it's a very tricky navigating mile and a half here at Old Atlanta. Like you talked about, now everybody's kind of getting in that position that they're either in or they may lose a spot or two because the car is going to kick out more than what it had been.
Yep.
20 laps into this run.
They
You were either... Go ahead.
I was just saying they just hit lap 21. So, yeah, 20 laps. They're on 21 right now. So, yeah, 20 laps into the run here tonight. It looks like their path
Look
out
at the
there.
leaders fall off.
31, 40.
Fast.
Yeah, wow.
So that's the race leader's time here. And if we go back throughout the field, we can now, as Joshua goes through the field here, we can see each driver's fastest lap compared to their most recent lap. And you can just see the fall off in the first 20 laps of the run here. And it's pretty tremendous if you think about it.
Yeah, Zach Deutscher is right at or close to that full second mark. So, yeah, it is getting, you know, pretty dicey. Awesome.
And the Zacks are still battling.
All right, battling.
Something happened to Gilmore.
Yeah,
Gilmore was up here.
Yeah,
He
Gilmore's
fell back.
in 9th now, started 5th. So, yeah, tires really starting to show now.
Ryan Messer
Yeah,
and
man.
Kyle Munson all over him, giving him all sorts of fits.
Our longest run out here. I finished 3rd out here in Old Atlanta in the B car, the old B car, not the new B car. And I was on like 45 lap run on old tires. And let me tell you, it's fun, but your concentration level better be high because if it ain't,
Yeah, if you're not on point here at Atlanta, I know it's not much to say, but I've I've competed and won a few Atlanta races and competed in a many Atlanta races, but I've won a few races here myself in Atlanta, and it is always like you have to be on your game. Because it doesn't. Atlanta does not play. It's basically the Darlington of like mile and a halves, because
yeah.
Darlington's not quite a mile and a half. It's like mile and a third, but out of all the cookie cutter, let's just say tracks, right? Atlanta is basically nature of its own self.
Yep.
Everybody tries to say, oh, they're all the same. All the mile and a halves are the same. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Wow, getting a little dicey up here. Been watching Y'all Road.
Yeah, the battle for the lead is intensifying with the 3-car breakaway, but because Joseph Cossey just took the lead away from Hartwell, but the two Zacks keep exchanging blows, so it's difficult to keep an eye everywhere. As you see, Rongich finally getting the, I guess, good side of the battle.
Yeah.
But, oh, look at that. That's Yarrow, isn't it?
Yeah, the 45 down low. Yeah, he's using that bottom line. Trying to get that arc down, I guess, coming out. That way, if he does slide up, he's not, hopefully not in, hopefully there's not another car, to his outside. And, but.
Yarrow started second, and he kind of dropped back. He kind of went back, maybe could have fallen back, most definitely to conserve some tire. Now he's working his way back up through the field, Joshua. So those race leaders, those up there fighting that 3-car breakaway that we saw, they're going to have to contend with Yarrow once he gets past Rongich.
Yeah, I'm watching back here toward the back of the field here. We've got Byron.
Yeah, 3 wide almost.
Jason Adams, Jim, Kevin, Gary, Robbie, Mark, Art, Robert even in the mix here, and Robbie Stewart is 4 laps down, but he is still out here on the track. So
yeah, he probably just has fresher tires. That's probably why he's looking so racy, Yeah,
well, he spent, let's see here, again, a minute and a half in his pit box, and he's only been out here 13 laps. So yeah, he's probably got the fresher tires of the bunch, I would say. But
Gary now up in second.
Yep. Took him 28 laps to do it, 28 laps to do it. They just hit lap 29. And my brother is in chat here tonight. Kyle, Tara, Steven, Matt Wagner. Yeah, I can jinx you. Might not work until Saturday, but I can still jinx you. In battle, Kyle Munson, and that is going to be the 76 of Josh Jones.
So hopefully JJ does not turn into the jet plane this evening.
30 laps. Wow, 30 laps, green flag here tonight. Good, solid run. I say that, and, well, that was Yarrow that got a piece of that wall there, but he is okay. Man, that could have been bad not only for him, but possibly even Chris. Well, I bet that scared the doo-doo out of Chris. Byron Bartlett is on the apron. It does look like Byron has had enough of the tires. He is down.
100 laps to go, Joshua.
Yeah, pit road. Yeah, 100 laps already. We've only been live for 41 minutes. Now, that does count pre-roll and all that stuff, so.
Oh, Gary walked it up the track and kind of scraped the wall going through 3 and 4. That's going to allow Hartwell to catch up to him here. So he navigated 3 and 4, just maybe overdrove the getting back into the throttle and just walked it up the track. And I think just kissed the wall, but still ever so slightly allowing Hartwell to be right over the back bumper of him now. You can see this lap, Gary is like, I'm not doing that again. He went almost all the way down to the paint. He's like, get me away from the wall. So
Byron Bartlett has called it a night already. Wow. I did not expect that. And he took it down pit road, parked it. He will get ready for an off week coming up next week. Yeah, we will be off next week for Easter. Oh! 22, Chris Paff scraping the wall. It looks like the 45 of Yalro getting way up close to the wall here. Man, I gotta say, Will, they are doing one heck of a job out here early on. You know, green flag, yep, there have been a few little uh-oh moments, but everybody, for the most part, has been, you know, really giving everybody a whole lot of room. They know this track is not easy, so they're giving, you know, for the most part, enough room to pass. You know, still good battles going on, but we're still early, too. So what's going to happen,
like
you know, when we get 20 to go, 15 to go, you know?
Well, we could have a green. Well, yeah, we need a restart because of the stage break. Good point, Joshua. But good battle for the 4th position at the moment between Rongich and Chris Praff. So, and right behind them is Yaro, who wants to be up there, but he can't. He's finding his own troubles. Deutscher and Austin trying to get back towards that top 5. They were up in there about, you know, about 15 laps ago they were up there, but like we said, tire fall off. It's all about controlling that tire.
Brandon Hartwell did get around Gary for second, so Brandon back up into the P2 spot.
Ooh. Almost had a moment. Chris doing a slider on Rongich on the exit of 2. So
slide job.
Exactly.
Man,
so this is a great battle for 4th.
Yeah, really good battle between the 22 and the...
I think Chris may have him that time, though.
Yeah, and the 38 here. Now, 37 laps. I'm sure their tires are screaming right now. Hey, I'm down here. I need some new rubbers. Come on.
Ooh, Austin getting a bit tail happy off the corner, exit of number 2. Yeah, he's going to lose some time there. So the pit window still needs about another 10 laps at least. 8 laps.
40 to 50 is what we have it at. Stage is going to be 45, 46. So
Art told, well, yes, that's true. So good point, Joshua. We may not see any drivers.
Zach Deutscher.
Yeah, that was a good switch. Good save by Zach there. Car control. So we may not, you know, some of these drivers like Yaro who kind of dropped back. He started second. He dropped back, and then he started charging back up, you know, so... But now he also fell back a couple of positions, too, from which he charged. But, you know, he could have been like, okay, well, we don't exactly have enough to go, so I'm going to save a little bit, then attack again. But all about who can save to that lap 46, like you say, that green checkered to finish out the stage for 45 laps. And you have to make it to pit road too. So you know, if you run out, like you gotta wobble back to pits. But I'm pretty confident that everybody can make it. I'm pretty sure Art or somebody told us that it was like 47.5 laps or something estimated. So everybody should be able to make it. But then again, you never know, Joshua.
We are within that 5.
Yes, sir.
You know, within that 4, I guess now you could say 5-lap window here of the stage. So still some good battles going on here. Josh Jones, John Held, Kyle Munson, John.
That
was
I'm not sure.
Josh Jones who slammed the wall there.
I'm not sure if there was contact right on the corner entry that kind of helped him walk into the wall, but yes, indeed, contact was made by Josh into the wall. So that battle was quickly over after that.
Yeah, and a battle here, Chris Paff. Wow, Chris, 6th to 2nd. He has found. Oh, and Chris!
Oh.
Wow, good save, Chris. Oh my
Zach.
gosh!
Deutscher with a moment of his own as well, getting a bit squarely out of 2, but he saved it again.
Man, oh man. Well, we hit lap 43, so I will say this: if we get a yellow between now and the stage, that will do it. That would be our stage. So let's hope.
Sure.
Let's hope that they can finish this stage out here under regulation and green. Good battle back here between Rongich and Gary. I think, man, these times really 30. You can just look at it here. Well, we'll stay here on Gary Slapansky here real quick. So his fastest lap was a 31.447. That last lap was a 33.277. Huge fall off between the start of the race and now. What is that?
That's
About 2.5 seconds.
That's right at 2 seconds for Gary.
Yeah, we're right at 2 seconds. Wait,
No, a second and 8/10.
close enough. We just rounded up to 2 seconds. All right, white flag in the air. One more lap to go for the stage. Joseph Kelsey up here.
Chris trying to run him down, but he's not going to have enough time,
Don't think.
even if he could.
Now, if Joseph messes up, which, you know, coming into 3, it's
Oh.
possible. But I don't
Yarrow, I think, tagging the wall again.
I think Joseph's got it, though, here coming to the line. Down and out of 4 here tonight. Joseph Kelsey grabbing the stage here tonight. Lap 46. There's the yellow for the stage. Now they've just got to get it slowed down safely because they're on 45 lap old tires. So, yeah, very, very, very treacherous right now for these guys. All right, good run.
Yeah, I'd have to say that was a pretty fantastic 45, 46 lap spill into this race. You know, caution free up into the stage break. So great racing too. You know, for old Atlanta with the Gen 7 Cup cars. I don't want to say I'm shocked, but you know, pretty. Like I said, it's very similar to watching a Homestead race with the Gen 7 cars.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely so. Now we're just waiting for these guys to come down pit road. I'll get Kelsey down here in, you know, when they get done, of course. I don't want to disturb them while they're coming down pit road, you know, especially on old tires. And I'm talking extremely old. They're probably about as bad as Bristol tires from a few weeks ago. Man. Yeah, they're going to need tires and fuel for sure. They'll take a set. I don't think we would have somebody out here that would not take a set of tires right now. If they don't, something's wrong. All right. Right sides, left sides. Joseph off and away first. Let's go ahead and get him down here real quick. Talk about it. Joseph, got a copy there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, well, grabbing the stage out here tonight, but, man, I got to say, we got to talk about it here, too. 45, 46 laps on old tires. It had to have been getting treacherous out there. Kind of talk about that first run there with you guys and now what it's going to take going toward the end of the race.
I'll tell you right now, if you ain't driving off the right rear right now, if you're tight, you're doing it all wrong. Because I'm loose as a goose out here. I'm trying to control everything with the right foot with minimal steering.
So, being tied in and loose out is a problem?
Yeah, you're pretty tight going in, and then you're very loose coming off, you know, middle to off. You are literally driving this thing on the throttle,
Wow.
every bit of it.
Man, well, it looks like everybody, including yourself, is doing a really good job out there, so keep it going. We've been green. Let's see if we can keep it that way, but I know how these races can go. I've only been doing it 8 years, so we'll see what happens. But really, really solid racing here before the stage. Good luck out there, Joseph. See what you can do out here tonight. But you've got a lot of drivers around you that want to grab a win. They're trying to take you off that podium here, bud. So.
That's right. That 22 car, man, he's bad fast on them old tires.
Yeah,
he's coming.
Yep, and you got to watch not only him, but there's a few other ones out here too. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. So, all righty,
I'll
Joseph.
find them, or they'll find me.
yeah, one of the two. All righty, Joseph. Well, like I said, congratulations on the stage win here tonight. Good luck at the rest of the race.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Right. It looks like Josh Jones. Am I seeing that right? Josh Jones did not come down pit road. Yeah, he did not. Okay, he's coming now. Okay, I was about to say. Wow.
He wanted to lead a lap, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Because they credit him with the lap led, so.
Yep. So
good,
he did get a lap under his belt. So, good job.
Harping back to what Joseph said about turning the wheel as little as possible here at Atlanta, because you don't want to be a grader to your tires, yourself. If you want the track to do that to your tires, you don't want to, basically be a sawmill to your tires, while there's already a cheese grater going at them, right? So that's exactly how I would drive Atlanta back, whenever I was a driver, Joshua. I would build the cars up, or if you were able to, if it wasn't a default, just turn the wheel as minimum as possible to not have to, eat all the tire away, right? That is the best way to get around here, is try to have as little, just have to turn that wheel into the corner, get the car planted, and just kind of have it there. You don't have to jerk that wheel, don't have to act like you're trying to cut down a tree back in the early 1900s, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road, coming to lap 51 of 130 here tonight. Our stages are done here this evening, so we will be racing from here on out. Green back out once again. Good restart by everybody. Bull, that 38 all over the back end of the 22. Now, these tires are cold. Brand new tires for these guys, so they are going to have to, get some heat built up in them. It ain't going to take long, especially at this track. So, give it a couple of laps here, and it looks like the 22 of Chris already looking down to the inside here for the lead of Joseph. We're going to see down into 3 and coming out of 4. Who is going to lead this lap? It is going to be the 24 of Joseph there. Now down into 1, the 38 right behind him. Here we go again, down into 1. 43 coming as well. That's Austin.
Yeah, Zach Deuscher's right behind him.
Whoa.
Brandon Hartwell, who we saw up here battling earlier in the race. Michael Yarrow's behind him. Like I talked about, the restarts is when you want to try to get whatever position you can get, whether it's one position, a handful of positions. There's going to be people possibly dropping back to conserve tires, and then they're going to march their way back up through the field. They're going to be ones to watch after the green flag running gets set in. But right now, after the drop of the green flag is going to happen after every restart or the initial start, like we saw earlier.
Somebody hit the wall.
That was Austin.
Was it Austin or was it Zach?
Yep. No, it was Austin. He kissed it.
Okay. I know I seen some dust or whatever coming off of the wall.
Flare, smoke.
Whatever you want to call it. I know metal on concrete is not fun. So.
Oh, no.
Zachary Rongich, we missed it. He is up top now. He's led 2 laps. Austin up in a second. Now Joseph, it looks like, dropped back to 3rd. Chris right behind him. There's Deuscher, Hartwell, Gilmore, Yarrow battling it out back here for 7th. Then you got Bridgman, Gary battling it out right behind them. So a couple of battles going on. For the most part, though, single file. Robbie Darnell back here battling the 15 of Art. I'm just going to call him Art.
Yep,
Not
there's
even.
battles everywhere,
Yep.
all throughout the field, Joshua, like you talked about. So, restarts is the ample opportunity to get any positions like we keep talking about. That in Atlanta, you have all these different lanes. It's almost a 4-lane wide track,
Oh yeah.
almost. So you have plenty of racing room. All depends on if you can get the car to stick, whichever lane you decide to try to throw it in.
Yeah, now the 24 car is actually supposed to be the 8. I think there's a number hiccup there. I've redid Trading Paint, so it's still grabbing the 24 number on his custom car. And
Oh,
man, now I know who that was. That was Rongich. Or Deutscher, my bad. Sorry, Rongich. Blaming it on you, but that was actually Deutscher. Got real close to the wall there. Man. All right, man. Good, solid racing. Let me check out the wall cams here, folks. Not crank it up, but wall cams. This is the camera that it's crank it up, but I can actually click on it. We can just see, man, there is pieces of the track flying everywhere. And as well, you can probably see tires.
yeah, those are the tire marbles too.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Coming, man, you can just see them coming out of turn 4 here, right at the line.
Looks like a fighter squadron of jets, don't they?
Yes, they do, man. Looking good. Now, the more they're battling back here, the further Rongich is going to get. Because Austin's
And
breaking
Austin.
away, too. Yep. So they are side by side for 3rd, 4th, 5th. Single file with Chris, but he's right behind him. So we're going to stay right here around Zach, Phillip, Joseph. Got to see kind of what goes on with this group here up at the top 5. But Tara out there, Brendan Kennedy out there joining us in chat. Glad to see both of y'all and Brandon a little bit late, but hey, better late than never, right? Glad to see you, bud. But right now, man, good, solid racing. It would not surprise me. I probably shouldn't say this because I'm pretty bad, right? Pretty bad about jinxing, but it would not surprise me if they run this race green.
Yeah, I had the same, like, whenever we were getting about lap 30, 35, I was getting the same feel.
Yep.
I'm like, man, if there wasn't a stage break, if there wasn't a stage caution, I feel like this would be a complete.
Hang on to it, held. He held it. Pun intended.
Yes, he did. I tell you, these drivers are really great at being able to control their racecraft.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I've done it in the Xfinity car. Never done it in the Gen 7s or the Gen 6s for that matter. But in the Xfinity, the B car, I held my own, and I remember the guy who was behind me during that race, and he is actually racing in this race. The 33 of Gomez, Mark Koshik. He was behind me. I finished 3rd. He finished 4th. So I'll remember it like it was yesterday because me and him were talking coming down to the wire of the race. I was getting him on the exit of the turn. I was, a little bit faster on the exit, and he was a little bit faster on the entrance. But the tire wear between us two was kind of even. And he was really unable to get up to me. But yeah, I remember like it was yesterday of who the driver was behind me on that race. So, and now he's out here in the Gen 7 doing the same thing. So, little bit of turn of events. He's on the track and I'm up in the booth. I don't have to worry about it. Kids hurl, but Keith sideways.
Oh, no.
Yellow. You have got to be kidding. No yellow. Wow. What happened? That was crazy that there's no yellow with that.
Oh, man.
All right, MaxspeedTV rewind here. We're going to find out. Did he lose it? Did the 24 get into him? Did the 19 get into the 1? No, he just lost it. And I think right there the 24 did get into him, but it started really with the 19. Let me get a little chase view here real quick. I know there's still green, folks, but I'm trying to watch
I
the.
just
Oh
feel
yeah.
like there was nowhere for Adams to go
Yeah. Nope.
for
nope.
Jason.
Nope, nowhere for Adams to go, really. I mean, but no yellow on that one, even though Keith was stopped on the track.
Yeah, that's surprising from iRacing. Normally, when they slide, you know, he was stopped in the racing line of the track for the most part. But iRacing just said, no, not today.
That really hurt Keith. He fell all the way back to 25th.
Keith and Jason.
Yeah, Keith and Jason. Where's Jason? Jason's in 19th, so yeah. Man. All right. Well, getting back up here, there's Kelsey and Bridgman. Battle for 4th.
Phillips really been trying to work in that middle to high lane since the restart, it looks like. So he's definitely been searching everywhere this race for a decently fast line that fits his car and driving style here at Atlanta.
Stephen Lane out there. Can't get no better than this. Spaghetti for dinner, good racing, and now a bowl of ice cream. He sounds like an old man.
What kind of ice cream?
I don't know. My favorite ice cream is actually macadamia. Oh, Phillip! Oh, Phillip all over the place. Wow! And he was able to save it. Yeah.
Even with a nudge from Chris Paff in the 22, he's still able to keep it straight. Don't know how through the quad oval after getting that bump from Chris. You would have just thought it was going to be over from that point. But
I wonder if that bump from Chris actually helped Phillip kind of gather that up a little bit to be, that we're not down there, but I mean maybe it helped Phillip up into the wall. He's going to lose, it looks like, that position over to the 22 at least in our pole center.
Yeah, we just got to that around that 15 lap mark of the run, Joshua. So you're definitely going to see the tire fall off now for some of these drivers, and I think that's what has happened with Phillip, unfortunately.
And yeah, he has lost three positions here in about 2 laps.
Something happened to Brandon Hartwell coming out of turn number 4. I think it was Brandon.
Let's see here, the 25?
Yes, sir. I think it was Brandon. He had a moment.
Yeah, he did. Oh,
Gilmore.
Gilmore had a moment. And then Phillip also had a moment there at the exact same time. I think they were doing some tandem dancing out there on the track here tonight. And not in a good way. They were wanting to do the cha-cha slide,
Oh, most definitely. You can see maybe Gary's just been taking this run a whole lot easier than he did the first run, because he's not really, I don't know if it's just been the dirty air this run or what have you, but he's just been mired back here in about 8th, 9th position.
Well, 60 laps to go. Well, coming up on 60 to go here this time by Rogic. Now going to lead its 19th lap here. Austin looking to lead some laps. Zach. Joseph Kelsey has led 33. Brandon Hartwell has led 17. Trying to go through our field here. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. So I wish I had a button for this. Man, it'd make it so much easier. Going to have to get with Mr. Dennis Ansman at some point so he can create me a button for the most laps led and all that. Josh Jones has led a lap as well. He is still sitting on pit road, so Josh might have some damage that he needs to get fixed. He is now 19 laps down. Ouch.
Austin is slowly reeling in Rogic.
He is, yeah, it's slowly.
Oh, Deutscher kind of defending his 3rd position there from Kelsey. So.
All right. Well, Stephen Lane said it's vanilla with chocolate syrup.
Oh, okay. My grandfather used to do stuff like that.
See? Stephen's an old man.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this battle for the lead is about to heat up, and when it does, that could draw in, Kossi, Deutscher, Path. That could draw in those guys just lurking back there ever so slightly. If Austin can actually get his hook a little bit more cemented into the 38.
Steven out there is asking if he, as a moderator, can he mute the commentator? Because I called him old.
Oh, well,
He's talking about me.
yes, that's good that he wants to mute the presenter, not the guy next to the presenter.
Yeah, he wants to mute me. I love picking on Steven.
He'll still have my obnoxious laugh.
Ever since we met, like picking on him. All right. Oh, Deutscher! What
I
happened?
thought I saw somebody go. I think he had a twitchy moment out of 4 and started to go to the wall. I think he might have hit the wall.
Yeah, look at that damage on that right front.
Can you rewind it to where he's coming out of 4?
Oh, yeah, we could do a MaxspeedTV quick rewind here. And
Because I saw a glimpse. Oh, yeah, significant contact. He's just going to get squarely, like arrow tight, trying to follow the wheel tracks of the Doppelganger 24, the 8 car, and just it just gets crossed up. He was having a good top 5. He was running between the top 7 to top 5 all night. Looks like he's going to take that car. Oh, no, okay.
he towed
I was going to say,
he come down Pitt
yes.
Road and towed it. Man.
Yes, sir. I thought he kind of tricked us for a second.
And he has taken the car behind the wall here tonight. Jason Cavity into the wall as well. Well,
Still no caution.
still no yellow. Single car. He just dropped it straight to the apron. He's like, all right, you know what? Go to the apron. Now it looks like Larry Belair and Kyle Munson, they were doing some battling. John Hill, Jeff Gilmore. So Jason Cavity down a pit road here, or getting close to it. There he is. So he has made it safely.
He spilled his Grand Slam special all over the floor.
Oh, jeez.
Battered it. Well, Wrong, still able to keep that good distance. We thought Austin was going to close in on him, but now it's Kossi trying to close in on them, leading Path and Yarrow.
Yeah, Hartwell's right there with him, as well as Ryan Messer.
And right behind these two is what I would almost like to call the David Pearson of this series or league. You know, Gary, right there. He's just chilling.
Gary does have another teammate out here. Now we know that Mark is not here this season, but Austin is technically
affiliated
with them. Yep. So
he's like a developmental driver program, something along the lines with them.
yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, he's in a developmental
role.
The developmental program for Harpoon Design. Brantley Roden out there runs it. He's actually the owner of it. Let me rephrase it.
Right.
Robbie Darnell, Philip Bridgman. Now, we haven't, talked about Robbie much, but he is up in the 15th here tonight. Started 18th, and, I'm sure he is feeling the brunt of the tires here on this run. 33 laps now. And we have still been green. Jason Cavity coming back out here tonight. Or no, he's coming back down. Never mind. He was out there, and now he's coming back down. So maybe he felt like, William, that, that damage on that car, not...
Just a bit too much.
Yeah, might be too much. We'll see what he does here. He is in his pit box.
Sometimes that's a good thing to do, you know, like repair a little bit of that damage, see how the car feels. If it's still towed out, then bring it back in, you know, run an installation lap is what some people would call it. You know, just run a quick hot lap, and if it still feels not up to snuff, bring it back down, get some more repair work done to it. Great battle going on between Yarrow and Chris Paff. That is a battle for the fourth position,
fourth
right?
position, yeah.
Yes, fourth,
Yeah.
fourth and fifth.
Scassi right there's in third right now. So, yeah, y'all rowing a Paff right here. Fourth and fifth, respectively. Now, Paff is going to be...
the sun is shading.
Yeah.
1 and 2. It's in the clouds at the moment, so that might cool the track down a little bit, but it could pop back out.
Let me see here. We're looking at a track temp of 112. Now, that's just the overall heat. You know, that does not include the shade that
Exactly.
we see. So that's just showing the actual track temp. Oh! Yarrow! Blinky, blinky.
It just looked like we have some cloud cover just for a mere moment over Atlanta, but not. It'll probably move on. It's probably not going to stay, right, Joshua? So.
More than likely not. You know, no rain for oval.
No.
That would be kind of cool to see it, though. You know.
Gary getting a good run, or Hartwell getting a good run now, trying to go up against Gary, but Gary trying to fend off Hartwell. Yeah, the rain physics is only for X amount of allocated cars, mainly the road cars, like the sports cars, a few open wheel cars, and all the road courses, if I'm not mistaken, right? So none of the cup cars, none of the stock cars. And there's a glitch that you can get on the 87s that you can do at some of the ovals, I think, but I don't know how to do it. But
yeah, that would be interesting to see. Potential three wide back here. Jason Adams, Phillip Bridgman, Kevin Roy. It looks like they are going to get that figured out pretty quick. Kevin right there now coming around Phillip, and Jason Adams trying to recover from, you know, him and who was that? Oh man, now I can't even remember. Keith.
Yes, Keith Hurlbut in the 19. Yes.
So got into there, but that was, you know, by far an accident. You know, Keith getting loose and Jason nowhere to go. Kind of, I guess you could say, finished him off. But that was, like I said, you know, pure accident. But trying to recover from that as we're getting a big look at it here. It's like Chris mired between Yarrow and Slapinski.
Oh, Austin coming down to the pits. This could be a bit unscheduled, I believe. Or he could just be trying to break the race up into two final groups, because I would have to speculate that maybe it would be at least a three-stop strategy here tonight.
Yeah, they've only been out here 40 laps, so yeah.
Yeah, so that is definitely a bit early.
And the 38 of Rongich is coming down.
So they could definitely be trying to split this end of this race here in half.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Like I said, don't think you would be able to go the distance anyway if you pitted.
You wouldn't be able to. Now, with them pitting here, 90, 110, 20, 30, they will be able to make it, because that's going to put them at about 42. So, yeah, they will be able to make it from here. Now,
yeah, okay, yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, yeah.
Now, tires, on the other hand.
Yeah, I would have waited. Me personally, I feel like, Joshua, I would have waited at least another 8 laps, at least, if you could have, right? Or not 8, but at least another 5. But maybe they just probably wasn't able to, I guess. Who knows? Maybe possibly those two front runners just didn't get enough fuel in the car during that stage brake caution that we had. Who knows? Who knows why they pitted so early?
Yeah, there ain't no tell.
Strategy. Everybody has different strategy, you know, played up in their mind or that they have played out if the race was to go green from certain points, right? So everybody does the math differently. But great battle currently between Path and Gary in the 78 and 22 cars, respectfully.
Y'all row right here too with Sheets. So
Yeah.
you know, got a couple of battles here. It looks like Philip
Sheets.
Bridgman is coming. Okay, here comes Kelsey down pit road. Bridgman just came back out onto the track. So we have Sailors, Rongich, Messer, who just pitted, Munson, Bridgman, Keith, who just pitted as well. And then Kelsey is on pit road here. We do also have another driver on pit road if I can find out. Oh, we got several. Slapinski, Path, Sheets on pit road. Wow. Well, pit road's starting to get a little busy.
Yes, indeed, Joshua. This is definitely pit window. Definitely open. So many drivers taking the opportunity to jump through it and make their what we believe to be the final pit stop of the evening. It all started with the front two runners, Rongich and Austin. I believe Austin pitted first, then Rongich, right? So, you know, they're definitely coming back up, making their way up through the field again with the fresh tires that they have. So.
All right, we'll take a look at it here. We've got Hartwell in his pit box now. Jason Adams, Kevin Roy, Jim Coleman-Sperger, Robert Chiswick. A few more down pit road. Yarrows still leading the way, but the 73 and the 38. Zachary Rongich going to get his lap back here the old-fashioned way, coming around the leaders. Art coming down pit road now. Gary Wright sliding into his pit box. Well, I would suspect Yarrow will be coming down here pretty quick, if not right now, actually. So Yarrow taking a dive down pit road. John Held is going to stay out. It looks like another lap to lead a lap. Jeff Gilmore staying out. Darnell down pit road. Gomez. That is Mark Koshik. He is also staying out here. Well, they are really setting the tone here for, you know, who's going to have the best tires at the end of the race, Will.
Most certainly are, Joshua, and I don't know if it's going to play out in Rongich and Austin's favor or not, just because of how early they pitted. They pitted about a good 4 to 5 laps, 6 laps, 8 laps before everybody else, right? So exactly like what you just talked about. Excuse me for the burp if anybody heard it, but like what you just talked about, who is going to set themselves in the right position, right chair of having the best tire at the end of this thing? Looks like Austin might have jumped Rongich with that pit cycle.
Yeah, he's up ahead of him there in fourth. Rongich fifth. Now looking at our little two, there's only a lap difference between the two. So now that
Right.
lap difference could make a, you know, here in Old Atlanta, that could definitely, you know, play a huge factor in that, you know. So,
Yeah, we talk about everywhere we go, except for really Talladega, Daytona, about tires, you know, being the great equalizer, just not pit stops, but definitely here, one lap of tire can truly,
All right.
unfortunately, make the difference.
yeah, looks like John Held has had enough. He's on pit road. Gomez is in his pit box here as well, so that's going to put Jeff Gilmore leading a lap. I would expect Gilmore to probably come down at any point. And he's going to be the only one that is going to have to come down pit road. So after everything,
Well, this is this is not really uncharacteristic of Gilmore either. We've seen before where Gilmore really tries to extend the fuel mileage more than anybody, or the tire wear more than anybody, to be normally one of the last pit takers to pit.
All right, and he is down pit road, so that is going to give the lead up to Sailors.
Well, no, that's still his fastest lap. I was just going to say, you can look at his last lap time and kind of get kind of a prediction of already how the tire fall off is already kind of starting to apply to Austin, already being out here about, what is this, about 11 laps, I think.
At the stripe will be 13, so close enough.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, 13. Thank you, Joshua. 13 laps already on this set of tire. So, you know, it's a bit of a doozy. You have to kind of control the pace every time you put a fresh set of tires on at a place like Atlanta, or old Atlanta. So, Rongich, though, almost you feel like just kind of riding it out, still conserving, and then maybe put the throttle down in a few laps. Not still, you know, you still have 28 laps to go. So 28 laps here at Atlanta is a long time. It may not feel like a long time, but it is a long time. You see, number of cautions is only one, but that was the stage caution. So really, technically, no cautions for any accidents on track, even though maybe we probably should have had two, if you truly would have thought about it, if I would have been race director, Joshua.
Yeah, at least one, because Keith was, on parked there on the track, but, iRacing, like you said nope. So,
I say two because of the Jason Cavany Waffle House incident.
Yeah.
That was borderline caution. I don't know if I would have been like itchy trigger finger or not on that, but yeah, at least one for the Keith Hurlbut incident. That was sad.
Yeah.
That he did not get it.
It looks like Austin's still leading. Now Zachary is right behind him though at about under a half a second. Joseph
he's really eating into it.
Joseph's coming. He's about a second and a half behind Zachary.
Having to deal with this lap traffic, though.
Yeah, that's the kicker. Dealing with some lap cars. That would be, who is
these
that?
cars could be on a different tire too, like a different offset lap of tire. So in a way that they could be just a wee bit quicker than him.
Well,
just saying.
Robert has been out here only 7 laps compared to Kossi here, who has already been out here 13. So yeah, definitely a little bit different tire issue there.
Oh, Rongich taking the lead, going to the inside of the 43. So 25 laps to go, and Rongich going for the lead yet again here, trying to take it away from Austin. Like I said, I keep wanting to call him. Might have been a touch there in the center of 1 and 2.
Well, we're coming down to the 20 to go here in about 4 laps. So, man, already.
Rongich can't seem to get by with the bottom lane. He's going to look maybe at the top, but currently Austin's taking the line away, just being able to dump some dirty air on the 38 nose. If he's going to look for that high line, he's going to have to get all the way to the wall. We've already seen earlier drivers flirting with that disaster that could be that Larson line, that Dale Jr. line, the Richard Petty line, all the way up against the wall. So, but as they battle, Kossi is coming back. All those lead lappers are coming back into the fray. Yeah. I'll spit that word out if I can.
I was back here
but Chris Baff,
looking at Chris and Ryan, they were battling it out there for a moment. Chris did get around the 16, so Chris looking to get back up toward the front here, and there's still laps he can do it, but how's the tires going to feel after the fact? Oh, we got a blinker. That is Larry Blair here, blinking onto the inside. Battle for the lead. Here we go again. Rongich and Austin.
And Cossey is right behind
right
these two.
behind them, yep. Whoa, Austin ate the wall there a little bit, and that did allow Zachary.
Now Cossey has fresher tires than Rongich and Austin. He pitted a few laps, I want to say 3 laps later than the 43 and 38. So, no surprise. I want to
yeah,
say, right?
about
Oh,
3 laps,
right in front of Rongich.
Yeah, 3 to 4 laps. I think
Rongich going to push him.
Yeah, I think Rogic was trying to maybe get him loose. But look at the 47 right here. That is John Held. And he's
2 laps down currently.
But he's only been out here 9 laps. So he has got the fresher tires of these leaders. He's trying to get his laps back here the old-fashioned way is what he's trying to do. And he'll get one of the 2 there.
Oh.
Yep.
Austin walking up the track almost into the driver lap of Rongich.
And there is the 78 of Gary. Austin does
Gary's going to get a podium here because Austin has driven the stuff off his tires. All the Goodyear Eagle is probably gone, most certainly now. He tried his best to keep Rongich at bay. Rongich came up, really gave him what for, and even Rongich now, he can't do nothing with Cossey because Cossey, like we just talked about, even 1 to 2, 3 lap fresher tires, and Cossey's going to pull away. But Gary, I feel like Gary's going to get a podium because of he's going to be able to run down at least Austin, dispose of him pretty easily.
Well, here we go. Looking at it right now, 3rd and 4th place here. Gary and Austin. Austin up high now, real close to the wall, mid to high line. Gary's just going to fly right by him.
Might get Rongich too. Gary could get 2nd. Does Gary have enough to maybe get by and do something with Cossey? Could Gary run down Cossey if he has enough time?
19
having
laps
to work by.
go. So, I mean, they're running out of laps. Cossey, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up right now as we are going to take 18 to go. Now, we have had 3 different winners in the 4 races we have ran. Zach Deuscher winning round number 1. Gary Slapinski winning round number 2. Joseph Cossey has won Phoenix, Bristol last week, and he is looking to go back to back to back here tonight. So if he wins tonight, that will be 3 in a row for Joseph Cossey.
Definitely does not want to see a late race caution or be swept away in somebody else's misfortune or even have some type of incident of his own misfortune.
Gary is about a second, little under a second now behind Joseph. Looking at the difference in laps here, about only a lap difference. So we're going to see here as we are going to hit 16 to go at the stripe. That's going to be 42 laps under his belt. Started 3rd. Here's Joseph Cossey up top. Started 7th. Gary Slapinski in 2nd. Zachary Rongich started 4th and 3rd. Austin started 8th in 4th. Chris Path started 6th and 5th. Brandon Sheet started 14th and 6th. Michael Yalro started 2nd. He's found himself back in 7th. Ryan Messer started 17th and 8th. Brandon Hartwell started on pole, and he is back in 9th here tonight. Cal Munson started 12th in 10th. That's right now the top 10. Of course, you know, with 15 laps to go here, still anything can change between now and... Whoa! Joseph hitting the wall. That is going to allow Gary to get...
a couple of times.
Yep, ever so closer now.
He's there.
Yep, he's there. Now he's got to get around him.
Now you see now Cossey coming down to maybe dump some dirty air on to Gary's hood. How's that going to affect Gary's line? Where's Gary going to go? Which lane does he take? He's going to look to the inside of the 8.
Out of 2, though, they're going to be side by side. Cossey, though, getting that little bit of a run that he can get down into 3, but still side by side down to the 3 door to door. Is that 24, 8, whatever, going to kind of pinch him down there? Yeah, a little bit of pinching. Oh, 78 got loose. Wow.
Yes, indeed. Arrow loose.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. Getting, having that vehicle to your outside. And, man, that 78 just got
He's going to get tight.
squirrely. Yeah, man. Oh, somebody got loose back there, too. I don't know.
That was Robbie Stewart in the 3.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Jason Adams, Gary Wright battling back here for 13th. And it looks like the 24 is going to make the pass over that 30 machine. Back up front, though, as Gary is trying to still reel that number 824 in. Austin or Zachary Rongich a little bit further back. In about a second and a half. Man. I need some coffee, but I don't want to get up.
That's something. 12 laps remaining. Gonna get 11 at the stripe. Joseph Cossey trying to do everything he can in his wheelhouse, in his power, to keep Gary at bay, at least, keep him in second. Like we saw just a couple of laps ago, Gary got wicked loose with the side-by-sideness that was coming through 3 and 4. That great racing we just saw. I think Gary's closing in on him just ever so slightly, trying to maybe get in Joseph's head just a wee bit.
Yeah,
Joseph talked during the stage break about trying to keep all the quick guys behind him, like, who are back there conserving the tire. This guy definitely one of them.
Yeah, I do want to make note, though, they are coming up on the 11 here, Jim Kolmensperger. Now, Jim is on the lead lap, so technically he does not have to let the leaders around him. But we know Jim.
Yes, sir.
Jim's going to do the most probably respectful thing if they can get up to him. Yeah, I believe that was Larry.
Larry Blair.
Yeah. We'll see here as Joseph dives it down to the inside. The 11 onto the outside, not going to be able to get around him just yet. Jim's going to look like stay high here and he's going to allow the 2 to get around. That did allow Gary, though, to get up closer to him. So that is going to put the 11 a lap down. But that being said, we get a late race yellow here. Well, Jim, if he's not involved in it, would get the lucky dog pass and be back on the lead lap. But 9 to go. Oh, man. Okay, make it 8 to go here at the line. So 8 laps remain here tonight. 9:18 Eastern, 8:18 Central. Man, it's been a quick race.
You only have one caution for the stage, Joshua, and these guys really can boot, scoot, boogie, I tell you what. Gary really trying every line possible while they were navigating by Jim. He tried to swoop down, get down to the bottom. He's tried every line possible.
But here he comes.
Oh, there he is.
Yep, he's right back to the inside of the 24. 24 pushing up a little bit. Gary down low, out of 2. Ooh, little wiggle there by the
side
78.
By side going.
Oh, no,
they
touch! They touch, and I think Joseph. Oh, let's get a MaxspeedTV rewind on this one because I think Joseph. Oh, right there, man. That was close between the 78 and the 24. I don't know who came up, who came down. Maybe a little bit of both. Really can't look at that because we're still green. So,
it was a meeting of them both in a way. Like they were racing so hard for that position down the back straightaway right before the entry of turn 3, and there is a bit of a bumpiness to the back straightaway here at Atlanta. So, oh man. But contact, sometimes it's going to be made with how close these drivers get to one another. So just because it's close racing doesn't mean contact's not going to happen, Joshua.
Austin! And no yellow. Wow.
Yes, he was running inside the top 5.
I want to see let's see, Larry's still blinking, but I don't know if we'll have time to look at what happened to Austin here real quick. I've got it rewinding as fast as I possibly can. So Oh, he went to cut some grass.
3 wide.
And here on the replay, he
Almost 3
lost it.
wide.
Yeah, he lost it. The 2 got a hold
Oh,
of him,
wow.
finished him off.
Look
yeah,
at that car.
Man, all right, Joseph Kelsey down pit road here.
Oh man, I bet you anything. A toe link was broken or at least bent. Caution!
Yeah, we do have a yellow. Wow. Oh
no!
Wrong itch.
Zachary Rongich, he was. Chris Paff has caught up to Rongich and doing a slide job here, coming out of the corner.
Chris got loose.
He gets.
Yep.
Yes, he gets crossed up on corner exit, and oh no!
Rongich nowhere to go. The 3 nowhere to go. So we've got Rongich.
Man.
We've got Robbie Stewart. I don't know how. Oh, Brandon Sheets. Wow. He just killed Rongich. And then, of course, we also have a Chris Paff.
Man. Chris was trying to knock himself into the podium, but not by doing it like that.
This is going to set up a GWC. GWC attempt 1 of 3. And now
everybody should have a set of tires in the pits, so that's what they're coming down and putting on now. Everybody who is coming down, and the ones who got tangled up in that, they are definitely coming down to repair their cars if they can. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, all right.
Rongich wouldn't have any luck if bad luck for all.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to let these guys pit. I'm going to step away here real quick, grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Oh, it looks like Gary's going to get lose a couple of positions, or does he? No. Nope. Jason Cavaney came out. He's a multiple laps down, so I believe Gary actually does not lose a position. So, like Joshua said, this is the first green-white checkered attempt of 3 here this evening. Incredible in the late going. You just have a driver. These cars are so on the edge. Once the tires just completely kind of go away, and you're fighting for everything, right? Like just every inch, every grip that you can get with the tires that you still have left on the car, and you think. Welcome back. You think you're good on corner exit, then the car just kicks away, and calamity happens. So that's what has happened here in the late goings. Just unbelievable, man. We ran so long without a caution. We were maybe thinking that we were going to be caution-free, except, of course, for the stage caution break. But
hey, that was still a solid run, for these guys out here tonight.
Yes.
We're not done. They could, just use one GWC and we'd be done with the race, or they could use 2, or we only get 3 attempts. So, with that being said, let's take a look here at the point standings here real quick, coming into tonight, because we did not do that. But Joseph Kelsey is coming into tonight up a spot in the lead at 155. Zach Deutscher down a spot at the second at 137, 18 behind the leader. Ryan Messer staying where he's at in third at 136, 19 behind the leader and 1 behind Zach. Yarrow likewise staying where he's at in fourth at 130, 25 behind the leader and 6 behind Ryan. Chris Paff up 3 spots into fifth at 119, 36 behind the leader and 11 behind Michael. Zachary Rongich up 4 into sixth at 112, 43 behind the leader and 7 behind Chris. Jeff Gilmore in seventh at 109. 46 behind the leader and 3 behind Zach. Kyle Munson up 4 to 8th at 103, 52 behind the leader and 6 behind Jeff. A tie for that 9th spot between Kyle Heath down 4 and Art up 2 at 93, 62 behind the leader, but only 10 behind Kyle. Gary Slapinski up 5 spots into 11th at 91, 64 behind the leader and 2 behind Art and Kyle. Keith Hurlbut down up 3 into 12th at 89, 66 behind the leader and 2 behind Gary. Another tie between Jason Adams down 7 and Austin Sailors up 1, tied for the 13th spot at 84, 71 behind the leader and 5 behind Keith. Merrick Watchhorn down 6 into 15th at 78, 77 behind the leader, and 6 behind Sailors and Adams. Terry DeGay up 2 to 16th at 76, 79 behind the leader, and 2 behind Merrick. Gomez down a spot into 17th at 74, 81 behind the leader, 2 behind DeGay. Brandon Hartwell up 7 at 18th at 73, 82 behind the leader, 1 behind Gomez. Rick Adams down 1 into 19th at 72, 83 behind the leader, and 1 behind Brandon and Brandon Hartwell. And Brandon Sheets going to be down 8 spots into 20th at 70 even, 85 behind the leader, and 2 behind Rick Adams. And perfect timing, because out of turn number 4, here we go. The first attempt at a green-white checkered attempt. Here we go. Green is back out. Here we go, folks. Green-white checkered attempt. And the way it works, we'll go green. We got to make it to the white. We make it to the white. Whatever happens after that happens. We get a yellow before that. We'll rack it up and stack them up and do it again. But, oh, we got drivers into the wall. We got drivers getting loose.
Ryan Messer doing a crossover on Gary
yeah,
out
I
of turn
see
number
that.
2. Great run for Robbie Darnell in the late goings. He is up here in the top 5.
And we're going to hit the white flag. White flag in the air. 1 to go. They're going to use 1 GWC here tonight. Yeah, I know. I was supposed to do it earlier, but yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh, what a slider.
Oh,
Robbie
wow.
gets loose. Everybody trying to catch it up. This is great
Yep.
for Gary in his rearview mirror. He's seeing
Yep.
them side by side.
Gary out of turn number 4 is going to win it here tonight. We got a wreck back here. Wow. They pile it up at the end here, folks. Wow.
At least they got to the checkered, Joshua.
Yeah,
At least
right.
they got to the, well, for the most part, they got to the checkered. It's going to be Hartwell and Messer and Munson battling for the final podium positions here, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And coming off of turn number 4, they're going to get banging, I believe. They're just going to get door checking here. And
Yeah, right here. We're going to watch
Messer
it.
gets turned.
And right here, no, Hartwell
he
got
gets hooked.
turned.
And Hartwell
Yeah.
gets turned and hooks
Yeah.
Messer.
Right there.
He gets-
Now Messer's going
Hartwell's
to
trying to
finish
get his
in 2nd and Hartwell 3rd. So, but
And
man.
Hartwell and Munson finish the race backwards.
Yeah, man, oh man. All right, well, Gary Slapinski burning it up on here on the front stretch here tonight, grabbing the win here at Old Atlanta. We will be off next week, but first we've got to get to the top 3 here tonight. I'm going to try to rewind it so I can get everybody's vehicle here, because everybody likes to take it behind the wall before interviews are done, and I like having their vehicles shown. So we're going to kind of give it a little bit of a rewind here and make sure we've got Messer. We do not have Hartwell's yet. We are going to try to find Hartwell here. Yeah, man, destroyed. But, hey, golly, 3rd place, not bad. All righty, folks, well, hang tight. We will be right back. All righty, folks. Well, I've caught up with the top three here tonight. We're going to start with that destroyed 25 car here tonight. But, you know, even though that car is destroyed, Brandon, you led 17 laps out here tonight. You started on pole. You finished third. Man, it was a fight there at the end under the GWC attempt. But, man, talk about it here tonight. Green flag pit stops, green flag runs, dude. I'm sure those tires were screaming at you guys here tonight.
Oh yeah, I couldn't get the tire wear down. Like I was just overdriving it and then underdriving it. I'm just glad I finished third. Started on pole, but I knew it was gonna be tough with the whole tire wear.
Well, you know, let me ask you something. What was it like coming out pit road with, 45 old tires there, at the stage? I know it was probably, with the caution, it made it a little easier, but what was it like trying to get that car slowed down enough?
Oh, the green flag pit stop. That I come in way conservative, but I mean, I didn't get no penalty, got out clean. Um, I couldn't wait for tires.
Oh, man, I bet, bud. Well, awesome job out here tonight, finishing third. Good points night coming into tonight, man. I mean, you had a good points night last week, cracking the top 20 in the 8 into 18th. So, you're going to have a good points night here tonight. Awesome job. Now, we are going to be off next week. So, it is Easter. So, no race next week. So, enjoy the off week. But when we come back, Auto Club, California, 100 laps. 4, 5, 6 wide. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to expect there, buddy. Talk about it April 7th.
Oh yeah, Auto Club. That's an awesome track to run. Like you said, 6, 7 wide. It's crazy. Tire wear there is it's another managing. You got to manage the tires there. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for next week. It's off week, so no wrecks.
No Rex. Yeah, no Rex next week unless you're running official, but All righty, Brady. Well, awesome job out here tonight, buddy. Any final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you guys celebrate your third place and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the week.
Oh yeah, shout out to you guys. Put on a good show. Uh, good running for BFR, a BFR team we're affiliated with. I think we got a couple guys got good finishes tonight. Overall, thanks.
All righty, Brandon. Well, go celebrate your third here tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks, buddy. Happy Easter. I think he dropped off. Yep, I think something happened. Can you still hear me, Will? I know you're muted, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
so it had to have been him then that dropped out there. But anywho, Brandon Harwell in third. Let's get down here to the 16 of Ryan Messer here tonight. Talking to Ryan here because Ryan, you started kind of mid pack, toward the back here tonight. Started 17th. You did lead a lap. And, man, it was it's a crazy finish out there tonight. But before we get to that, man, talk about the overall racing, green flag pit stop stage, the whole 9 yards. You know what needs to be talked about. Ryan, mike's yours, bud.
Yeah, it was pretty wild there at the end. Definitely didn't see all those green flag runs really coming. Like I figured just tires would wear and racing would get kind of hairy, and you'd think you'd have a yellow or two here and there, but just like then that's not the first time for this series. There's a lot of really good drivers here, and just they can put on those long runs. So and you don't really see that in many other places. So it's pretty cool to be able to do that, and it really brings strategy into the mix. So I was kind of terrible the whole race. I really needed that yellow right at the end. I don't really have the science to save in the tires at a track like this yet in these cars. They're pretty finicky and just you really got to know how to run them. So we're slowly figuring it out, but I was starting to fall backwards again. And then I knew if I got that yellow, I was gonna try to take two and just see if that would work into my favor. And just I think Gary did the same thing and just he got the good run off of two and cleared me. And then it was really close there at the end with the 25, and we all wrecked across the line. So probably made for a pretty good show.
Oh, yeah, I had to go back and look at it just to see kind of what happened because it happened so quick. And, Gary did have about a half a second on y'all. So, I wasn't really too much worried about y'all catching him with how close y'all were. He pretty much already had it in the books unless he wrecked too. But I had to go back and look at that because I didn't know who finished second, third, or fourth. Because I mean, the way you guys just kind of piled it up there, it was like, all right, what happened? you know.
No, yeah, no. Gary, he's as good as they come in when it comes to these cars. So I knew like he was gonna be hard to catch, and catching him's one thing, getting around him's another. Once he got out there, so I just tried to do my best to hold on to second. Yeah, when we come across the line, I was pointing backwards, looking at the 25, just with the foot on the floor. So no, it was pretty wild, but that's what makes it fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely so. Well, we're going to be off next week for Easter, so happy Easter to you and your family, bud. But when we come back, we are going to be at California or Auto Club. A lot of people know it by California. A lot of people know it by Auto Club. It's the same track, but, in real life, it's going to be actually a short track. But, hey, we got it on our iRacing here as a 2-mile wide track, buddy. So talk about, Auto Club and, what to expect going into that race in 2 weeks.
I think you're going to expect a lot of the same. There's going to be multiple grooves, kind of on like tonight. There was the bottom to start out, and then it kind of went up to the top. I think you'll see people running all over the place there. So it'll be a good show. It'll be a lot of green flag runs, and I've had okay luck there. I've won some races. I've done terrible some others. So just kind of luck of the draw, I guess. So hopefully we can put another good run. I think I'll be doing okay points wise right now, but there's a lot of races left, so just try to keep the good finishes coming.
Yeah, long season to go. All righty, well, awesome job out here tonight, buddy. Finishing second. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
I'll just give a shout out to you guys in the booth for broadcasting these races, and the SRU guys for putting these on. I've been running with them for a couple of years off and on, but I'm gonna try and get as many of them as I can this season. They're a great bunch, and like I said, you hardly get yellows in most of these races. The odd time here and there, but that's all part of racing. So it's been a lot of fun to be able to compete here. So hopefully see you at the next one.
All right, well, go enjoy your P2 finish here tonight, buddy. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and like I said, happy Easter next week, buddy.
Thank you. You too.
Yep. All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight. He needs no introduction, and he really needs no interview, but I guess will be nice. Gary, man, it wasn't without a fight out here tonight. You know it. I know it. Will knows it. Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it.
It was insane, buddy. Talk about it. Overall racing, the battles you had out there, the pit stops, the whole 9 yards, buddy. We got to hear from you.
Well, it was definitely a tough run tonight. First off the bat, I want to apologize to Josh. I think Joshua, I think whoever it is, I forgot who it was, his name.
That would be Joseph.
Joseph, that's it. Sorry, Joseph. I apologize. I think we got together there and we were close, and I apologize for that. That's I never want that to happen to either one of us. So we could have been both taken out right there for one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But luckily, one of us came out. Well, I know he had the bad end of that stick, and I apologize for that. Well, overall, after this first run, it was very, very. I ran it way too hard. I ran it off the right front. I came in. I was like, oh, I can tell my tires was worn off. So after the other run, I just took it way easy. And then I took it way too easy. So the next run, I drove a little even harder. I was like, all right, I gave it another 15%. And from there, I just noticed, oh, man, this thing was taking off like a rocket. It felt really great. I started picking people off. There had some tough ones to get around. But overall, this car, it felt really great tonight. And of course, at the end there, it was hard to get around them. But, just trying. I felt like I definitely had the better car. Just, that dirty air is terrible. I think clean air is king. Once you get out in clean air, you can just dominate as long as you take care of your tires, for sure, as you could tell.
Yeah.
And that last run of mine was just humongous. Felt really great.
Well, I'm going to go back to that battle there between you and Joseph here real quick because, that battle, man, yeah, it was intense. It was a fight between y'all two. Now, I know there was contact there between y'all two. We all know it. Now, do you think, coming out of the corner, I think he might have got loose, but I could be wrong. But
I don't know. I mean, I looked at the film and I came up a little bit and he came down. I think he was starting to take his turn in. You know, and I think I was starting at the same time. Is just I was a little late going into my turn, and I think we just got together there. That's what I felt,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong. I
Could
don't
it
know.
be too? Y'all were side by side, real close together, that y'all just
Yeah,
got sucked in together?
yeah. I
You
didn't
know,
think we were that close. To be honest with
yeah.
you, and all of a sudden we were.
Known in Twister as the suck zone.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure. I never want that. Nobody ever
Yeah.
wants that because that could definitely take me out too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, man, and it was a good battle. I know Joseph was probably a little, a little upset,
Uh,
but I mean,
yeah, I would be too. I
yeah,
mean, there's no
but
doubt. I mean,
it's tough racing. I mean, you guys were out there hammering it down. He was going for 3 in a row. You were going for your second win of the season. I mean, it's a battle. You guys are racing out there to win. So, it unfortunately somebody had to come out with the rough end of the stick on that one. And yeah, like you said, it could have been both of you. Hello. Uh-oh. Gary?
oh,
Did,
there you go. Sorry. Yeah, if when he hit me, I went down real low, and I almost went down into the apron. If I hit that line, I probably would have spun
hmm.
for sure. Definitely, I would definitely would have taken both of us out.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Well, we are going to be off next week. So, it's Easter. So, everybody,
Yeah.
Easter actually earlier this year than, it usually is. So, off next week for Easter. But when we come back, one of my favorite 2-mile tracks, there's only 2 of them, Michigan and Auto Club, or California. But we do go to California next week, or in 2 weeks. I've seen some 3, 4, 5, 6 wide there. It wouldn't surprise me if we seen it, buddy. Talk about, California here in 2 weeks.
Oh, I like California. It's a lot of fun. I do very well there. Hopefully, I'll have the same outcome. You know, maybe I can come up there and get the top 5, top 3. Who knows? Maybe to win.
Well, it would be technically back to back, even though we
Yeah.
had that off week, but still it would be back to back. And that would be, of course, winning it tonight. And then let's say you did win in California. I'm not saying you will, but if you did,
Yeah.
that would be 3 wins in the season. But we gotta worry about the off week, and sit back and enjoy, off week, Easter, the whole 9 yards, and then of course get ready. April 7th, back at it here at California. And I've got a bone to pick with Mr. Robbie Darnell out there here at some point. So, yeah, he gonna hear it from me. So, we'll find out what happens. But Gary, awesome job out here tonight, winning it here at Old Atlanta, buddy. Any, final thought, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
Oh, I want to thank you too. You guys did a great job tonight. Appreciate it. I'm going to thank, of course, MaxspeedTV. I'm going to thank Harpoon Designs, Driven, my teammates over there, my spotter. I thank God above. Thank. What else want to thank? Everybody out there watching tonight. Hit the like and subscribe. Thank you.
All right, Gary, awesome win out here tonight, buddy. Enjoy the off week. You and your family have a happy Easter, and we will see you back here in 2 weeks, bud.
You too, guys. Have a happy Easter.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
All right, well, that is Gary Slapinski grabbing the win out here tonight. I already sent a message to Robbie Darnell telling him I need to have a word with him. So it's nothing bad. I just got to pick on Robbie here a moment about the schedule thing here this year. So, all right, well, that was an amazing race out here tonight, man. Only, well, really, as we look at it, just really only one caution, 2 altogether with the stage. So, not bad at all here tonight.
17 lead changes.
Yeah, 17 lead changes at that. Yeah, and you don't see
Two-
that often at Old Atlanta. So that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like it was a really outstanding Atlanta race. Given doesn't matter if it's old, new surface. Even if we had the traditional, original Atlanta oval, like I said, that's similar to Homestead. That would have been cool to see too, if they could ever incorporate that into iRacing like they did with North Wilkesboro. But yes, just fantastic race overall tonight, Joshua. We had everything you wanted. We had long green flag running. You know, we had a late race drama at the end. You know, so everything you want in a stock car race nowadays, right?
Yeah, no, we had 3 wide even. We didn't have 4 wide, thank God. But
Right.
would have been interesting to see for sure. However, you know, man, awesome race out here tonight with these guys. We're going to get down here to the unofficial results, pending the admin stuff they have to do here tonight. But, you know, unofficially, Gary Slapinski grabbing the win out here tonight. Ryan Messer there finishing backwards in second. Likewise with Brandon Hartwell, destroyed 25. But, hey, top 5, top 3 for him. That's all it takes. Kyle Munson also has a destroyed vehicle out there, I do believe. He will finish in 4th. Austin Sailors in 5th. Jason Adams 6th. Jeff Gilmore 7th. Robbie Darnell in 8th. Kevin Roy 9th. And Gary Wright rounding out the top 10. Jim Comensberger in that Folgers number 11. I'm scared to actually look at that car after that little big old wreck at the end. He'll finish 11th here tonight. Philip Bridgman 12th. Art in 13th. Joseph Cossey 14th. Man, tough break for Joseph. Just Hillman at 78, man. Tough battle there between them two. And Gary did apologize. I mean, I really don't know kind of what happened. I think just the suck zone happened there, and it kind of brought them together. But then again, you know, it's racing. Gomez there in 15th. Good run for Gomez. Brandon Sheets in 16th here tonight. Michael Yarrow 17th. Chris Paffett 18th. Keith Hurbutt 19th. And Larry Blair 20th. John Hill 21st. Robert Chiswick 22nd. Zachary Rongich. I called him Zary. Zachary Rongich in 23rd. Robbie Stewart 24th. Jason Cavity 25th. Zach Deutscher 26th. Man, tough break for Zach, too. Wow. Josh Jones 27th. Byron Bartlett 28th. And Paul Buscohen did not start here tonight. But our winner here, Gary Slapinski. Man, that was a good race out here tonight. 17 likes here at the end. Well, you know, big shout out to you, Will, as always, coming on board, helping me out on Sunday nights. I know next week we're off, so we get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and back at it at Fontana, California Speedway. Can't wait for that one. That track always entertains. So, like you said, we got a break, then picking back up the action there. So, like I said, can't wait, Joshua.
Yep, it looks like we've got 5 races in this stretch. You know, we got Auto Club or Fontana, California, whatever. Then Texas, Talladega, Dover, and Richmond. That's the 5 races in this stretch. We will be off for Mother's Day. And then the longest race that these guys have, it's kind of like their, I guess you could say, their all-star race. It is the World 300. It is at Charlotte. They do it every year. It is a long, grueling 200 laps at Charlotte. So that is May the 19th. We still have a little bit before we get to that. So, we'll kind of see what happens there. We, like I said, off for Mother's Day. Then we'll have a break for Memorial Day. And then we'll be back at it again, but we won't go into any of the future races because we still have, you know, a long way to go before we even get there. Of course, the season won't end until November the 10th. So a long way to go for sure. But man, big shout out to everybody in chat here tonight, we do appreciate it, man. We had a good turnout. Brian Odell, Eric W, Donald Sadowski even joining us out there. My brother Steven, Brendan, Tara out in chat. I think we were full of moderators again here tonight. One of them just got moderated. That was Brian Odell. I've known Brian for a while, and I don't know why he hadn't been a moderator, but he got moderated tonight. Matt Wagner was even in chat saying that I can't jinx him here, but I put the jinx on him anyway, so we'll see what happens Saturday. Kyle Heath even in chat. We missed you out here, Kyle, buddy. Hopefully we can see you back at some point out on the racetrack here with SRU. But, you know, that's going to do it here tonight. Looks like Eric W. out there. Adams had the fastest lap. Who did have the fastest lap here tonight? Just out of curiosity. Was it Jason? Jason with a 31.349, but Austin Sailors had a 31.124. I believe it might have been Austin with the, well, no, that's his best lap. Very interesting. Wished I had a button for that too, but I don't. Well, all right. Well, we won't get into any more of that, but that's going to do it here tonight for MaxspeedTV. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. We'll see you Tuesday night for the Buck Kicker Graceland Shootout Series back in action. That'll be at 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central as well. But thank you all again for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe and have a good night.